There is a circulating propaganda go around, say Honorable Oseche Mensah, a long-serving member of parliament and the majority representative, na abusuafo de ne dibre ato nchen etoso bium eya Asamoah Gyan, a popularly known footballer of Ghana ha, and other celebrities are omodo omani munyam, and Dr. Muhammad Bawumia appointment a wayi mpanyimfo bi anim so ombeboa omo amo netimi completing the manifesto de babe to join 2024 na sa asemi ana Dennis Miracle Aboaje ede anu yibisi ababe to
majority leader enran yet is what in ejuma ato
and make us say there's no connection.
You think so?
Yeah, but why? Kojo is a cabinet minister.
No, but you've not heard the fact, say, okay, maybe the flag bearer preempted what will be happening in the NBA to create the semblance of unity in the party, no? In the EMFA Manifesto Committee chair.
You think, say, a serious committee like Manifesto, the decision will be taken just within hours? You think so? But do you really think, say, there is anybody in our government and party today, say, Obia a flag bearer, or Becca say, obey no apart from Honorable Oseche Mensah Bosutu chair committee manifesto na obabeshe all the sectors,
yes,
everything that affects the people of this country on life. Is there anybody today in Ghana, both MPP and NDC, or what that vast broad knowledge and experience than Oseche Mensah? He's been in parliament for years, over 2 decades. He's been leader of the parliament in so many capacities, from minority to majority for years. Economy has passed through him, finance has passed through him, agric has passed through. He has seen the laws, the acts being enacted and repealed. He has seen the bills being enacted and repealed. He has seen the agreements being signed. He understands. He has knowledge of every sector in this country from the 90s to today. And I don't think there is anybody. So it cannot be say anybody would even think about such a conspiracy to say Obabe resigning. It cannot be. He has always been penciled as the man to lead our manifesto committee all the time. He has always been penciled as the man to lead them because he's the best person at this point to lead that committee, and I don't think you dispute that.
In terms of the experience, exactly. Nobody can dispute.
Yes, nobody can dispute that. Nobody can. And he could have, if he didn't want to resign, he could have still been majority leader and still do it. Yes, because there are cabinet ministers who are doing it. That's what I'm saying. Say, you can still talk to him and understand the basis, but the conspiracy is there, because there is no connection between say majority leader and he has to stop before he comes to do this. I don't see the connection, because there are other cabinet ministers who are doing the
and manifesto committee coordinators. Professor Kweku Apia Edu.
Vice President's office.
Okay. And Dr. Isaac Osumenza, so no research director. And for those coordinators, what would they be doing? Omomo Juma ne or say Chebe Sabun Sumo Juma no difference near day.
Committee Juma Nesu, Manifesto Committee Juma Nesu. Fundamentally, what's going to happen is that all these different committees now chair nobody only chair membership.
Yes.
So there's a lot of coordinating and movements in there. There are some committees that you need to help them get access to certain information. They need access. People need to help them. Okay, I need this information. I need to call this person and get this information for you. So they are going to be doing those jobs and running around for the committee.
And the best are coordinators. Yeah. Now to the manifesto subcommittee chairs, they are working on more memberships, but they will be chairing.
Yes.
They are generating a huge interest in the conversation. More choice for committee chair for youth and sports. Asamoah Gyan.
Yeah. You see,
what did the flag bearer see?
It tells you
Ghana for
a chair of the caliber of person Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. He is one that is able to spot talent, identify capacity, and then utilize that energy for the good of the country. Asamoah Gyan is a young person in this country that even at his young age is already a legend. Asamoah Gyan has traveled wide and far. We took Kwanya Kwechi 190 years here for Nina. Waye Ejuma to the highest level in his life. Yenim no efa years here for Nina. Ene so ko Thailand and now Philippines. Na say okasa we Ghana ni no bi. Eti wow. Why ha Asamoah Gyan no betumi dey den akayo. Simply because of how our first was so mind.
Yes.
And if such a young guy has retired from the sports. No about Ghana. No my way more.
Yes.
The best you can do is to tap into that talent. Asamoah, what have you seen over the years of traveling across the world? What did you see? With your years of being a sportsman, you know Asamoah Jamono and then Mike Lacey Mono. One of the people we can call the thoroughbred sportsmen. Almost 30 free from Accra Academy, Wabobo, Nessa, Nanti Dansuman, Abolibeti Academy, or they are called the highest level. Asamoah Jan went to the highest level of his game. So such a person, what you do is to tap into him and say, if we want to fix our sports, how do we do it? What did you see in your career, in the journey of being a sportsman? What did you see was happening in all these countries? He played in China, he played in Italy, he played in England, he played in so many countries across continents.
Yes.
Then I was saying, would you say Ghana ha? Yen to me yen ye bet to me and then in him we have a sportsman who is a legend. I will do the highest level and is a young person. And see, we have two in him. And I mean, somebody didn't come that.
No.
Or you're very deep, very, very, very deep young man. Very, very, very deep young man. So only needing come out. The ideas he has, the exposure when you're over the period. Say when he starts engaging you on issues of youth development, youth growth, and sports, you'll be amazed. And see, all the vice president is doing is saying, Asamoah, please, I have a dream for the young people of this country. I have a dream for the sports of this country.
Yes.
I want you to lead the formulation of this dream that I have. Asamoah is not going to do it alone. On any other members are on the youth and sports committee, but if there is any one person, until I generated so much excitement on social media, if there's any one person we believe, say, or what's our committee, a year master stroker, the selection of Asamoah, and we are very grateful to him. Say, what year to Mumpo say, or Bebwa, now was sharing the knowledge with his motherland and his country. We're very, very, very grateful to him. You see, developing a manifesto.
But the other thing is, yes, he might be a good player in his playing days, or Bobo, Adruetre, and all of that. We imagine ideas, in putting together a plan for sports for our country. By making him chair of a committee on youth and sports, I was drafted the manifesto, youth and sports. Munyi say a jump too high for him.
Onimbo was here when the president. What are we talking about? Upon we
that's upon we are the world best.
When the president.
When the president.
And see, what are we talking about? And to upon we are a footballer.
That's the president in the year.
He's been president of his republic. I'm only saying that footballer there on to be drafted plan. Footballer on no drafted plan.
Because want to mean drafted.
Yeah, so what are we talking about?
We are dealing with a specific case.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Being part of the committee, yes. Yeah. Making him chair. Unyini say a jump too high.
But a footballer became president. Why is it a jump too high for a footballer to chair an ordinary committee? Footballer be the president. I don't know a big jump for a footballer to become a chairman of a committee. Samuel Eto'o, I don't know the FA president of Cameroon.
Sure.
And a friend is saying so many examples abound across the world. That is what I'm saying, that Ghana, we like to box people. What we don't know how to do is how to spot talent and harness that talent. Let's watch out for Asamoah Jan. You'll be amazed the sort of delivery that young man is coming out.
Because the last time I hosted Samia Ukuewo studio, Sami said this, and Mutie, me interview with Samia Ukuewo, you would remember, Yentie.
Also saw in the area of sports how you can get the private sector to also show interest in developing sports. My main 5 video was also on chairman Abema Baby Jet. Asamoah Jan, he was there as well. And then watch out for Asamoah Jan.
Asamoah
watch out for him. I met him at Canon.
Watch out.
So I mean, let's
say I'm parliamentary primaries. Watch out.
Watch out for Asamoah. He's a man of ideas.
Baby jet.
And one Dr. Bamia loves people with ideas. So watch out for Asamoah. He's his good friend.
Sports minister.
Minister. Watch out for him.
Very soon.
Very soon.
But before you continue,
he's one guy who also has solid ideas.
Asamoah.
Solid ideas.
FM.
In the area of sports. And he's an iconic figure. Love him or loathe him, he is an iconic figure.
Asamoah.
And I think he's one person he should show interest in policy, politics. He may never know.
Is that coded language?
He should show more interest in it because they say our Befi and he should also be able to contribute these ideas, his network to the development of sports. I think so.
I think so. We should watch out for him.
Watch out for him.
And that was an interview about 2 weeks ago.
You're comedian or parliament. You're comedians or parliament. You're actress or parliament. You're actors or parliament. I don't know football and to be in chair committee. And I don't know to be in chair committee. I'm telling you that you don't know Asamoah. We know Asamoah as a footballer. As that guy who is always sweating and is in a shorts and is in a jersey playing football. And see, a shape you're thinking
about him.
And we've also had the thought say football is there. Into Kobolo, it doesn't work that way. Asamoah is widely traveled, very exposed, with Sunyama over the period. And in him we have practical experience to be shared with the young people of this country and the sports fraternity in this country. In Asamoah, we have that.
In this team, any manifesto subcommittee, we know timelines. When is the manifesto supposed to be ready? One more time.
I mean, by quarter by June there.
June.
They should be finishing their work.
We're
looking about 90 days and
so that's 3 months from now.
3 months from now they should finish, and then we should at least by June there. We should be
now
you prepare the manifesto na Babontian. Already know Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Bamia at the highlights na bebeba. Okasa or UPSC.
They will just put flesh on the highlights.
Who say specifically say review 2016 manifesto 2020 manifesto and the review mandate is simple. Monhwe niema ye kase ye ba ye beye. Emu dia yetumi aye. Dia aka ye ntumi ye no. Na fi eno ne ye ba behwe dia aka ntumi ne ye ba behwe. Okay, adenti na ye ntumi aye. What were the challenges? And Biampo, are they still relevant? A normal still or minor in yes, they are irrelevant, yes, in change. They are irrelevant, it means that it continues. And then that's why, for example, he made an emphatic statement about free senior high school. All kind of categorically say free senior high school will continue. And that is the most emphatic statement I've heard from any of the flag bearers when it comes to free senior high school. That decision. Because I did about Ghana for be I am and say, hey, that free senior high school in another equi. What is going to become of it? We go be here. Senior high school, as some day can almost say free senior high school. Will be millions of lives are changed and are changing because of free senior high school. And Crawford, no money that will be our my brabum. And Crawford, no nim say almost so. Die so no money that will be to your. That is what free senior high school is giving them. There are people that will be, even with free senior high school, to be in school. It's on the chop box awenya, it's on the daddy awenya. Obi oha, obi. When you free senior high school, you place no. Me are no children in my constituency. When you placement to Wesley girls. Naga Wesley girls, you send any more non come to me call. Obi, I can send you be free or they are calling be free Wesley girls, free latte. Ako Wesley girls, even with free senior high school. So you can imagine if there was no free senior high school. Every year, almost about 135,000 children in a normal cutting fee as a result of lack of access to finances on the schools. And today it's taken. And all these things are things that Dr. Mahmoud Babia said. Let's look at our manifesto. Let's look at the things we have done. Let's look at the ones we couldn't do, and look at the ones that are still relevant. Is even to me rolling it over now. Emerging teams, Niama for now, Abana, you bet me the account.
And for and I've heard people argue, say, hey, where they are shadow cabinet committee chairs, no? Every committee chair a potential minister in that sector, and maybe where Baumia giving us a sneak peek into how his cabinet will look like.
Every Ghanaian, a friend is saying, possible sector minister. Every Ghanaian, and Brano, very simple. Any friend is saying, campaign team knows where, and now we are. Membership of this committee ni bebre kukudam bebre we mu do mo ye lead keke e kukudam bebre so ewo e fa say sa committee so there is no connection
William Opon Bill Kennedy Upon nipa no a Greek no a Greek
a lot of experience and exposure there do I want diverse background no
Tony Otin JC is it the industrialist we all know yeah, Kojopoku. So Kojopoku contested with Baumia for the flag bearership.
Engineer Kwabreja po.
Yeah, mehun engineer Kwabreja for housing and infrastructure.
Yeah.
Hassan Tampoli waha. Michael Quay Jr.
Yeah.
Juliet Asante, who is she?
The creative arts lady. You know, she's already doing it. Nafti.
Oh, Nafti.
Oh yeah, she's already doing.
A lecturer.
Oh, she's. I think she's head of Nafti.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's head of Nafti. And no, on her own. Juliet Asante, no acting. Movies that I know.
Oh, okay.
They're not only no.
Oh, okay.
No acting movies that I know. You know, she's always moving around the world doing something in the creative art space. She's either in France, she's either in Spain. They're always doing something for, you know, the African continent in the creative art space, or movies, music, and all of that. And she's a fantastic, you know, brain as well. A very important. Manifesto development, no. And yet politicians go and do you were industry captains.
Sure.
You were specialists. You were so many people are from diverse background. And we are always grateful, say, you turn stuff from one. Because immediately I don't want to become one.
FM.
Yeah, the partisanship. But you see, if you don't get involved, it's our expertise, baby. That's a political party between such a frozen beboa. No one getting involved and beboa. He may win elections and become form a government.
Yes.
And then when he begins to implement what he has put in there, which you fail to contribute, I think I'll be criticizing. And see, I am of the view that at the point of manifesto development, you know, and our formulation, that is where when you are an expert, in spite of your political background, as I said, will contribute and making input. So the political parties will have solid, sound manifestos.
Yes.
Say, yes. Not implement here. A bit meeting with aspiration. It will be, maybe you're not a politician, but if you are invited to come and join the communications and digitalization committee, want to be a politician to member, because policies are a formulated. In the next government, a bit may affect you because you're a media man, and it will affect you in the communication space. So it's very important that we set that record straight for people to understand.
Okay. Into Kofi Jamesi is known. Mrs. Amasewa Nekwe Tete. Who is she?
Contested one of the seats.
Constituencies, no.
Yes, contested.
I know person call MP, right? I'm Anko Yama,
but very, very, very fantastic. Very fantastic.
And okay, I'm a friend Poma Juma Esquire. SIC Life lady, no. Okay.
Loans, yeah.
Okay. And a Prince Hamid Ama known Kwesimentim MP, on PhD in education and those stuff into quite a good fit for ruler Modia Manano. Let me see. Okay, I think we've exhausted. Dr. Emmanuel Mafu should be the Oforicrom MP, right? Oforicrom MP. Okay, Dr. Emmanuel Mafu. Oh, and my lecturer also in the Maxwell Opoku-Agyeman.
Yeah, fantastic brain.
Okay, the legal fantastic and governance.
Yeah, fantastic. We just saw this in the field down.
Oh, sure.
In the field down. So it's already Dr. Mahmoud Bamiaka said, next or no Oba, one of the things he's focusing on under education is to improve and expand the infrastructure for legal education and any medical education.
Medical education.
That's where Professor will come in. Professor Maxwell will come in. Because when it comes to legal education, it's one of the things that we've been talking about for a long time, and it's quite emphatic about that.
Justina Asan Marigold should be Central Regional Minister. No? Okay. Local government.
Yes, Central. So it's on a practitioner. With DMC, we are going to work for the first term. I say I'm a regional minister.
Minister.
Overseeing all this district in the region, and see rich experience coming on board from there. She understands the issues. She knows what the difficulties are. She knows where the high ends are and the low ends are, and there are a lot of expertise.
Was now the next on more Bailey, they naming the running mates, right?
No, so we now need to be about more.
Darby
and tell them the next
na say there was some name running
buy back at you say they buy out yes I said not to na buy back na munko bisa your opponent is on running mate and na yenkwana your opponent
someone am the statement
as someone serious no we have candidate 1 year about year candidate 3 months
that's obi on strategy
and then now the old bamboozle yes say candidate yes statement no running mate what they okay what's that church Mumbi almost there. I did you candidate 1 year and you won't think night. And then almost instead of some better more attacking on daily basis. The Biana, 1 year, a friend press conference. Moment of truth, lies and one almost be no more. What target of press conference, moment of truth. And so bad lies and one. Some of the ones that time on Okasa, Oka be about your mama, Oka, incorrect ones on as was it. Oh, Tamana, or the press conference, Oka and Jawaba is incorrect. The globally acclaimed corrupt, if I say, the only globally acclaimed.
And then your John Hammond.
It's not a record.
Mamma,
he's the only president that are on record.
Where's the Obi?
Is involved in corruption directly.
It is not.
Some do one or can. What is our share? Or Castle can say, and you know, Jomara is incorrect. No, sorry.
Where's the Obi? It is not prudent for the National Security Coordinator to be a member of the party's manifesto committee, as it could raise concerns about potential conflict of interest and compromise national security.
Yeah, to me, home
now, a
legitimate say Minister for Health, a manifesto committee member for political party.
The Minister for Health be a manifesto.
National Security Coordinator, not one.
Yes.
Or yeah, on day-to-day basis, no, or reporting my
the president.
President no onka eduma manifesto nyama ye no.
Okay.
Enti then okay. Think about it. Think about it. The core mandate for you as an executive is to make sure say we share health related matters of all citizens. Same as security matters of all citizens. But manifesto and say yaba betena say say ye pese ye say on my way mu no going into the future.
Yes.
And she ben ye pese ye de to e ma security issues. How is this? In fact, why is it not the best person to actually come up with those ideas, especially when he's there?
Well, those ideas should not be for one political party.
Oh, how there be?
Because he's national security coordinator.
That's the person responsible for national security is the president.
Yes,
exactly. So what are you talking about? That president on national executive committee meeting of the party, on national council meeting of the party, and yet on your politician, you are there to serve the nation just like every other person, but the other hobby, just to put it loosely, the other hobby, and they say, oh, political party be our dom. Yes, so everything the National Security Coordinator is implementing, it is based on the policy direction of the government that he is part of. Into what are you talking about? Your friend is saying your manifesto in 2016 and 2020, don't we have a security component in there? I don't know why they implement it.
Anyway, so Obi, it is great to have some legends and experienced individuals from various fields participate in our politics. In fact, we need all hands on deck to assist in pushing this country to its final destination. I think Asamoah has done really well to accept the appointment from Dr. Bawumia to serve this country. I was seriously surprised yesterday to see some members of the NDC denigrate and vilify Asamoah for this bold decision. We need to encourage much more legends to enter the game to help us build this country. Congrats to the appointees and all the best to Dennis as well on his new role. Godi in Tema. Wese Obi, Samuel Oponwia was advised to have further education, which he did before becoming president. Eto is FA president, not youth and sport. We are talking about youth and sport policy. NPP should be serious. Meba.
Na oko efene say parliament.
Yes.
You nya seamstress akọ parliament da. You nya seamstress, a hairdresser akọ parliament. You nya actress, you nya actors akọ parliament da. We need to respect every citizen
profession
of this country and their contribution to the state. You don't have to be a grammarian. You don't have to be a professor or a PhD before you have home sense.
to draft policy.
I may not have a PhD in sports, but if I follow sports for a very long time, there is nobody better than the practitioner. There is no individual better in any field than the practitioner. I think there are lectures. You are a political science lecturer, and so assemblyman Krobelusu. So that's what a political science lecturer, but assemblyman Krobelusu. So we cannot make that if anything a point at all.
Very well.
We need to run a country of inclusivity, a country where every single person is allowed to contribute. In the end, only 40. Omu PhD holders. So a primary school holder na yede.
Very well. We say Obi, Mr. Otin Jesse is also the current board chairman of GRA. Honorable Ebenezer Nina Nati. Thank you. Thank you so much. We say Obi, Asamoah should not be a surprise to you. Just wait till you see the entire lineup. We cannot build a country with only coat and tie people. Everyone's opinion matters, including street boys and the ghetto youth. One of the reasons I love Dr.
Why do you even assume
Why do you assume
Asamoah?
Oh, nasa me menka bibia. I'm on for message on the banner. Virus. Good afternoon to you and thanks for your message. Where's Obi? Please ask him if Asamoah's appointment is football specific because sport goes beyond football.
Oh, it's sports.
Yes.
It's sport. Asamoah no. Why are you restricted? Who is Asamoah and tennis or yeah? Or sounds like a musician. Babon Emma hit top chart and
award-winning song.
Award-winning song. My way or band. We saw our band.
Yes.
Asamoah is versatile. That's why I'm saying. I don't know why in Ghana we want to align wisdom with educational background as a qualification. I think it's wrong. And I heard somebody send a message say, Obiko school. You don't need to go to school to be a good leader. How many of our businessmen in Ghana? What a friend is saying degrees and master's degrees. I don't know the ones with the best of businesses and companies in this country. And that argument there is flawed. What we're doing now, one person now woman our thought process in here flawed. The facts on the ground, the data supports the fact that you need experience, exposure, and practice to be good at a particular sector, and not certificates.
Miracles. Yeah.